Now on Fast Track News, why the Amelia Earhart recovery mission has been postponed.
Plus, tips on how to stay safe while having fun on Halloween weekend.
And haunted buildings on campus will cause quite a fray. All your campus news, weather, and sports is straight ahead. Fast Track is back. Happy Friday, Boilermakers. I'm Ellie Jones.
And I'm Kyler Casbin, and happy Halloween. Here's a look at your campus news for the week.
The expedition to potentially identify Amelia Earhart's lost plane has been postponed to 2026. The mission was scheduled to depart on November 4th to a remote island in the Pacific, where an unidentified object that could be Earhart's missing plane. The expedition has to be postponed because of the process of obtaining a research permit from the government of Kiribati. It took longer than expected, and the trip cannot be completed later this year because of the South Pacific cyclone season.
Last week, when it became evident that we needed to postpone it, of course, I was quite disappointed, and our partners, no doubt, disappointed. But over the weekend, I've had time to think about it, and I think that actually, on balance, this is a good thing because it gives us more time to prepare. And I think that will only make this a more successful project than it was going to be already.
The official date for next year's expedition will be decided within the next few weeks.
Well, to kick off the Halloween festivities today, Fast Track decided to go out and find some ways that students can have a fun weekend while still staying responsible.
Fall on campus. It's a time where the trees are colorful, leaves are on the ground, and the weather gets much colder. But with fall comes an abundance of fall and Halloween activities, and with Halloween comes Halloweekend. Halloweekend is a term coined by college students to describe the weeks before and after Halloween. Here are some tips on how you can still enjoy your Halloweekend parties while still being safe. Patrol Captain Anthony Standifer states that this is a time where parties are plentiful and there is an uptick in alcohol-related crimes. Captain Standifer also mentions that as a college student, it's good to have fun, but it's important to keep each other accountable.
You're being responsible in what you do, making sure that you're still traveling in groups, not going out alone. And there's people that are going to be in costumes, so it's an easy way to cover faces and to do things. Most costumes are very recognizable. So if we stay in groups, be responsible and make sure that you're taking care of each other and taking care of yourself. That is a way to stay safe during this time.
In case of emergency, there are many other ways to make sure you're being safe during the weekend. The Purdue Police offers a Safe Walk program that runs 24/7. If you get separated from a group or just don't feel safe walking home, you can call 765-494-7233. and an officer can come pick you up and help you get home safely. Also, the Lifeline Law, put into effect thanks in part to the Purdue student government, provides protection for people involved with alcohol-related emergencies. Be safe and happy Halloween. Now, let's take a look at the weather for Halloweekend.
Meteorologist Matthew Canfield is here with a first look at the forecast.
Well, happy Friday, Boilermakers. It is Halloween today, and so I want to let you know that we have that high of 55 and the low of 41. So enjoy the partly cloudy skies. Throughout this day, you're going to see the clouds pop up tonight, and then they've rolled up and out this afternoon. The clouds dripped down, the sun came out, but then this evening, the candy consumption for me and the cloud coverage take over, and you can see 55, so no need to layer up too much tonight. And your weekend planner, well, we've got the mid-50s and the mid to upper 30s for the lows, and so just know that the varied temperatures will affect what you wear.
Today is the deadline to submit your feedback on Purdue's Giant Leaps Master Plan. Purdue wants input from students on the improvements planned for the West Lafayette campus. The main goal of the Giant Leaps Master Plan is to unite the campus's 5 separate districts into one cohesive unit. The plan includes renovating buildings, investing in housing and dining, and enhancing outdoor spaces and campus circulation. You can find the online survey link and more information about the Giant Leaps Master Plan on the Purdue News website.
College students face stricter eligibility rules under the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. The SNAP program will stop providing benefits on November 1st. At Purdue University, the school's Basic Needs Resource page notes that some students struggle to access food and other essentials with limited SNAP support. On-campus and community food banks have become vital for addressing food insecurity. As federal aid winds down, Purdue's campus food resource network is playing an increasingly critical role.
Up next, what spirits haunt campus when classes are over?
And still to come, Purdue is offering AI courses to alumni. We'll be right back after this short break.
What is Purdue Night Train?
Purdue Night Train is a social dance club here on campus where we offer lessons and host social dances primarily with swing dancing, but we also do line dances and blues. Lindy Hop is a type of swing dance that we specialize in particularly, and it is a dance that originated in the late 1920s and early 1930s. It is a Black American dance that has its origins in Harlem, New York, and it's primarily danced to jazz music. You don't need a partner, you don't need any experience. We just ask that people come to meet people, have fun, and dance.
My name is Mickey Reese, and I am Hammered Threads. Hammered Threads and Boiler Vintage started roughly 5 years ago. My brother runs Boiler Vintage, so it's kind of a family thing. I think people enjoy seeing graphics or pieces that are no longer made or they haven't seen before. It's really what it's about. Hammered Threads brings style to Purdue.
Welcome back, Boilermakers. Halloween on campus is known to be a night full of fun frights, but what Boilermakers may not know is that Purdue has various supernatural secrets of its own. Fast Track's Shri Balasubramanian has more.
From ghostly sightings at residence halls to the horror of walking beneath the bell tower, students at Purdue don't have to wait for October 31st for a good scare.
I feel like John Purdue haunts the Memorial Hall. I feel like you can hear him talking at night. I've heard voices and stuff, like whispers when I'm walking at night. It's kind of scary.
Voices or not, it's true that John Purdue lingers at Memorial Mall, as it's where his body is buried. Tales of Purdue legends haunting the campus don't stop there. Rumors claim that Amelia Earhart's ghost haunts Windsor, where the pilot once resided, and the Purdue Airport, where she'd flown from in the 1930s. That isn't all, as students have reported spectral sightings at other areas on campus, such as the Class of 1950 building, the basement at Lilly, and the tunnels beneath Purdue. Still, not every student believes in these ghost stories. Some students chalk up the eerie sounds to pipes and late-night maintenance crews.
I think just someone put up a bunch of decorations, but the basement's already dingy as much as it is, so it just added to the effect.
Others, however, believe in the supernatural side of campus. Whether it's science or superstition, the debate itself keeps these legends alive, and keeps the hallways just a bit spookier after dark. These stories have become a tradition of their own, passed down from class to class, a reminder that Purdue's history is never completely at rest. Purdue campus might be full of ghostly frights, but the real terror for Boilermakers just might be those midterms right around the corner. Reporting for Fast Track News, I'm Shri Balasubramanian.
Purdue University is expanding its partnership with Google to extend the Google Career Certificate program to its alumni network beginning November 13th. The initiative provides free access to online courses in high-demand fields such as cybersecurity, data analytics, digital marketing, IT support, and project management. Additionally, Purdue alumni can enroll at no cost in the university's AI micro-credential program, the first in the world to receive Abbott recognition. This expansion reflects Purdue's ongoing commitment to lifelong learning and career advancement for the Boilermaker community.
Well, coming up, guess I've gone bananas. This weather is wild. Now cut the monkey business. The 7-day outlook's coming up right here on Fast Track News.
We are Phi Gamma Nu Purdue. Our 3 pillars are professionalism, philanthropy, and social.
My favorite part about PGN is definitely all the ways I've been able to grow professionally, where it's through networking events,
philanthropy events, resume reviews, etc.
My favorite thing about PGN is definitely the sense of community here. Everyone is so welcoming, and it truly makes me feel important.
Well, thank you Boilermakers for joining us. I've got your weekend planner here. So know that the highs will be in the mid 50s and the low in the mid to upper 30s. So dress in that costume accordingly for our 7-day outlook. Wow, can you believe it? Halloween's already upon us this fall semester. You can see here, as previously stated, but then that summer sun is clawing to get back in with a high of 60 for Monday and Tuesday. But once again, the high of 60 for Wednesday with those clouds coming back in with the lows still minding 39 and 42. Now we'll have some precipitation come in this Thursday, 60% chance of the rain, but don't hold on, 0% chance of meatballs, unfortunately. Well, this Halloween, there's a 100% chance that I'll be eating candy. So just know if you're passing it out, don't be chimping out on the king size. You gotta be royalty of the neighborhood. And mind the costumes you wear with the 9-mile-an-hour wind and 27-mile-an-hour gust. So understand you might need to get your glue, your tape, or layer up strategically this Halloween. And throughout the future cast, you see, well, where's the precipitation and the highs and lows? They're all ducking us. They're too afraid. So let's get excited for this Halloween.
Just ahead, the long-awaited basketball season is here.
And the Purdue volleyball team continues its dominant season.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Jonah. Don't go away. Sports is next.
This past weekend, many different Boiler alumni played for their NFL team during Week 8, as the regular season is about to reach the halfway point. Tyrone Tracy had a quiet night against a stout Eagles defense, totaling 39 yards on the night, but he will be regaining the starting position after rookie Cam Scadaboo went down with an ankle injury early in the game.
Payne Durham has solidified his position as Tampa Bay's tight end 2, making his presence known as a great blocker. Charlie Jones is still acting as the main return man for Cincinnati with an elite Bengals wide receiver core to learn from. He averaged 22.8 yards per return in the 1-point loss to the Jets.
George Karlaftis put up a solid defensive performance on Monday night, ending the game with 3 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 pass deflection. Karlaftis is now tied for 16th in the league for sacks.
Purdue women's soccer closed out their season last Sunday with a 2-0 away win against Minnesota. And you know, sometimes you just catch the ball perfectly as it falls on your foot, because that's exactly what happened with Megan Santa Cruz as she buried a corner from Amelia Depa that was initially cleared away. A goal wasn't enough for her though, because she also got herself an assist in the 66th minute. And who else will finish it but their top goal scorer this season, Irina Campo. This header taking her tally up to 8 for the year. What a player she's been. We know it's been a rocky campaign for the Boilermakers, but all of us here at Fast Track are proud of them for finishing strong and closing out the season with a bang. To all the seniors leaving, thank you for everything you've given us. And to everyone else staying, we wish you the best of luck next year.
Well, thank you, Jonah. We really appreciate it. This past Saturday, Purdue nearly held the reins against Rutgers. Reporter Matthew Canfield has the story.
Purdue football was hungry to devour Rutgers for their first conference win.
While they were able to keep pace throughout the course of the game, Rutgers wriggled out the victory, kicking a last-minute field goal to end the game 27-24.
It was homecoming weekend on Purdue's campus, but while everyone else was having fun, the Purdue football team's struggles continued. Purdue jumped out to a 10-0 lead against Rutgers after the first quarter, later finding themselves up 17-7 until giving up 2 unanswered touchdowns, going down by 4. However, an electric kick return of about 50 yards set up a Ryan Brown connection and Nitro Tuggle for 6. Things were looking up for Purdue until Rutgers moved the ball 73 yards with a field goal. Barry Odom still believes in the season ahead, confident that the culture is pushing towards program improvement.
I'm not going to back down from that statement. I believe that we're creating a winning culture, and eventually we are going to win. I don't know when that's going to happen. You know, you're fighting and you're swinging and scratching and clawing, and you're going to eventually get there, but we're not there yet.
Once again, though, Purdue had the chance to determine their own fate. But with less than a minute to play, quarterback Ryan Brown attempted a pass that deflected off a defender's hands and back towards Brown. Offensive coordinator Josh Henson offered insight to what the Purdue offense was aiming to achieve.
So what we were looking to do was throw a high percentage RPO with a run and execute it and really I was hoping to get 5-6 yards on the first play to see what their mentality was going to be.
Purdue was able to put up a strong showing on the ground despite the loss, averaging 7.8 yards per carry.
Purdue will face off against Michigan in Ann Arbor tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'm Matthew Canfield, Fast Track Sports.
This past Monday, the women's basketball team had an explosive start to their season in their exhibition game. The team scored an impressive 118 points against Purdue Northwestern's 42. This game was the 46th straight exhibition game that Purdue has won and the third most scored. Under Coach Katie Gerald, this is the 5th exhibition game that the women's team has won in a row, and the last 3 scoring over 100 points. The team sent out 10 players throughout the match, and each one made it onto the scoreboard. The leading scorers were Lena McCarthy with 16 points, and Nia Smith, Hyla Karsh, and Tara Day all tying each with 15 points.
The Purdue men's fall golf season came to a close last week when they finished tied for 6th in the Steelwood Collegiate Tournament in Alabama. Jensen Forrester led the Boilers and tied for 23rd, finishing even at par for 144, while Will Harvey and Sam Easterbrook tied for 29th in the tourney. Stay tuned in February when Boilermaker Men's Golf returns for the Puerto Rico Classic.
Purdue's baseball brought spooky fun to the Alexander Field for its annual Halloween Bash, a fan-favorite tradition celebrating the spirit of the season. The event was moved up to Tuesday, October 28th to dodge Wednesday's rain, but that didn't stop fans of all ages from showing up in costume for the festivities. The Boilermakers kicked things off with player introductions and a short costume scrimmage before inviting kids onto the field for trick-or-treating. Players and coaches handed out candy and special vouchers for a free ticket to a 2026 home game. Presented by a Zip Pizza, that Halloween Bash has been a fall highlight since its debut in 2019, offering families a chance to celebrate Halloween Boilermaker style.
On Wednesday, the Purdue men's basketball team wrapped up their exhibition slate with the matchup against UIndy in Mackey Arena. The game started slow, mainly due to several Purdue players picking up early fouls. However, the Division II opponent would not be able to keep the game close for long, as it was 30-10 with just under 10 minutes left in the first half. It was easy to see early in the game just how impactful Purdue's sophomore class will be this year. The sophomore class is headlined by CJ Cox, Jakari Harris, and Daniel Jacobson, who missed last season after a leg injury. All 3 showed why they will be getting good minutes in the regular season, but Harris was the star of the show. Harris caught fire in the first half, going 4 of 6 and finishing with 13 points and 3 boards at halftime. The second half saw more of the same from Harris and the Boilermakers, as they kept piling it on the Greyhounds. Carmelo Harris of UIndy showed his skills as a playmaker, but didn't get enough help from his supporting cast to scare Purdue. The final score was Purdue 92, UIndy 49. Jakari Harris finished the game with 20 points, and Fletcher Lawyer followed behind him with 16. The squad wasn't the only group in midseason form. The Mackey faithful showed out as usual and cheered and booed just as loud as during the season. With the season around the corner, this was the perfect home warm-up for everyone. Our preseason #1 ranked Purdue Boilermakers will officially open the season on Tuesday, November 4th. The game will be played at 6:30 against the University of Evansville in Mackey Arena. Buckle up, Purdue fans, for what could end up as a very special season.
Purdue softball wrapped up its fall season in dominant fashion last Sunday against DePaul right here in West Lafayette. In the first game at 1 p.m., the Boilermakers came out strong on the defensive side, backed by sharp fielding and solid pitching performances. The offense added enough support, plating 3 runs to secure a 3-0 victory. In Game 2 at 2:30 p.m., the Boilers turned it up a notch to complete the sweep. The offense exploded for 13 runs, while the defense stayed locked in behind a strong start from Julia Gossett in the circle, leading Purdue to a commanding 13-0 win to close out their fall slate. This fall, Purdue played 2 games on the road at Miami, Ohio, and 4 at Vinegar Stadium. With Sunday's victories, the Boilers finished the fall unbeaten at 6-0 after one scheduled matchup against Rock Valley was canceled. Pitching and defense were standouts all this season, allowing more than 3 runs just once through 6 games. The offense matched that success, scoring 5 or more runs in the 5 of those 6 contests. Purdue now heads into the offseason with momentum as they begin their spring campaign, which begins in February.
Purdue women's tennis team competed in the Rome Invitational in Georgia on October 24th and 25th. Etche Genser showed up with an undefeated invitational. She won 6 matches total over the course of 2 days. One day, Genser won in singles versus Wisconsin. Additionally, she went 2-0 in doubles with her partner Ida Clement versus Clemson. Doubles partners Catherine Wilson and Emmy Kalisko pulled out a victory against Wisconsin, also going 2-0. Day 2 of the Rome Invitational, the Boilermakers proved their dominance with their doubles teams. Doubles went undefeated in the Rome Invitational. Genser and Clement defeated Wisconsin and North Carolina. Wilson and Kalisko defeated Wisconsin. In singles for Day 2, Genser defeated Wisconsin and Madrid. Clement and Kalisko also defeated Clemson players. Purdue women's tennis represented Purdue well this past weekend in Georgia with an outstanding performance.
This past Sunday, Purdue volleyball faced off against fellow-ranked Big Ten team Minnesota. For more on the game, reporter Quinn Lennon has a story.
Number 11 Purdue volleyball faced off against number 20 Minnesota in a top 25 Big Ten clash this past Sunday. The game first began in celebration as longtime head coach Dave Shondell collected his 500th career win in the away stretch this past weekend and was honored here at Holloway Gymnasium. This team was carrying a 3-game winning streak after a very successful away stretch. The game itself would not start as promising, however, as the Boilermakers got off to a slow start and dropped the first 2 sets to the Golden Gophers. Down 2-0, Purdue would have to battle back in order to keep their budding win streak alive, and battle back they did.
Our passing struggled a little bit early, but I think they really just kept with it to give us some great opportunities toward the end stretch, so it was great.
The team found their groove in the 3rd set, coming back and winning the set 27-25. The 4th and 5th sets were also incredibly close, with the team showing great perseverance. Grace Heaney and Kenna Wallard led the way for most of the game, with Heaney recording a career-high 22 kills and Wallard scoring a team-leading 23. However, the leader down the stretch was senior Akasha Anderson, who posted a season high of 18 kills, many of which came in the later sets, including the final 2 points in the 5th set to secure the comeback victory.
It's always great when you get a reverse sweep, and we really started slow, but we really came out hot the last 3 sets. So it was just great, and especially in this environment, playing at home, it's always so loud, and we love our fans.
Purdue is now carrying a 4-game win streak going into the latter half of conference play and hopes to keep the momentum going into tournament play in early December. Their next game is tonight at 7 p.m. in East Lansing as they face off against the Michigan State Spartans. For Fast Track Sports, I'm Quinn Lennon.
That's a wrap for sports, but stay tuned. Fast Track will be right back after this quick timeout.
And now it's time for our question of the week. What are students dressing up for this Halloween?
We asked students to get their costume ideas.
I haven't really had time to think about it. I was gonna go to Google later today and find something, but so far nothing. Something funny.
Okay.
Something funny. Maybe like a gorilla costume. We'll see. I'm gonna be Theodore from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I'm gonna be Catwoman. I'm gonna be Kim Possible.
I am going as Goose for like Top Gun. Have you seen the movie Top Gun? Yeah.
What are you going to be for Halloween, Kyler?
This year I am going as a newsie. I love the musical, so I had to.
It's very fitting. I like it.
What about you?
I've got 2 costume ideas. One is a little couple's costume as Pink Panther and the Detective.
Okay.
And my other one is the Roman Octavius from Night at the Museum.
Boilermakers, enjoy this Halloween weekend starting today with these temperatures in the 40s, but no, they're going to pick up. Mind the cloud coverage dropping and picking back up throughout the course of this evening as we reach 55 at 11 p.m. Well, the Halloween weekend slewing on by in the mid-50s for the highs. So enjoy that summer sun as it claws through in this deep fall semester. But hanging on around in the 60s, full open sunny skies, but unfortunately, late next week, you'll see that rain at 60% come on to West Lafayette.
That's all for Fast Track News today. Join us next Friday for our next show.
We're your local campus news, sports, and weather. Happy Halloween, have fun, and stay safe, Boilers.